Hello, this is teddygaming. Welcome back to another video. And today's on we can break it down the tmnt, the IDW ongoing series issue 135. Yeah, so this issue is coming out in December, I think December 7th. And on that day it's going to be a pretty big day because we haven't lost running another issue of the Saturday Morning Adventures as well as this one. So it's going to be a pretty hectic day. But with all that being said, the storyline with the Armageddon game has been ramping up each issue, and with some spoilers along the head with, well, the last one we broke down was issue 3 of the Armageddon games, which spoiled so much. So hopefully this issue will not be spoiling too much, but yeah, without further ado, let's actually read the description for this issue. Okay, so the description goes as follows. Official tie-in to tmnt the Armageddon game. The Rat King Armageddon game rages on, and as his machinations come to life with his fate of Mutant Town hanging in the balance, Donatello and Angel try their best to head off Shirel's assassins before they complete their mission to destroy the escaped Regenta Cersei. Meanwhile, Jenica is caught in the crossfire of a community divided on whether or not they can trust the tmnt. It's up to her to stop the imposters wreaking havoc across the city, with the rest of the Splinter clan spread across dimensions. Can Donnie and Jenica keep it together, or will it all come tumbling down? Okay, so yeah, there's some pretty interesting things to really break down here, and I do think that this issue is definitely going to be one more interesting one in terms of really developing the Mutant Town side of the story, and this is something which I've been really looking forward to, just because even though we're going to get all the other dimensions, Mikey being a bounty hunter, Leo being Dark Leo, Raph helping Hob, somewhere in Mutant Town or somewhere in the world, this has always been one of the more interesting parts of the thing which I've been looking forward to, just because this part is more the grounded side, and it's definitely going to be really shaping things up in terms of for the future for this universe, and yeah. Okay, so I think the first thing we can probably talk about, which is not going to take too long to talk about, is the Johnny and I think it's Angel who's going to be helping Regenta Cersei from the Shirel's assassins. Now the thing is, I don't think there's going to be too much to this storyline, and I don't think there's really too much to really break down here, just because we don't exactly know the whole ins and outs of this whole story with this bit. Just because as of right now, we don't really know too much about this story, and I mean, you know, there's not really too much to really break down here, other than they get some help from Angel, and they'll be taking on some Utrons, and because they're going to be assassins, it's going to be quite hard, I guess, but I don't think there's really too much to really break down here, other than just what I literally just said, but I feel like this part of the comic will be a bit more interesting, as it will probably get more intense as it goes along, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if someone does die here, and I really hope no one does die, as maybe Angel or Cersei could die, but again I'm not too sure, and maybe this could lead on to the Triceratons coming to Mutant Town and having a big war there, but again this one's more just a wait and see type situation. Now with the inclusion of Angel, who knows, they could potentially bring in Alapex into the story. I'm not too sure how, but I mean, just because Angel and Alapex are quite close, you just don't know this type of story. Okay, so the next thing which I feel like might be a bit interesting to talk about is the fact that the Mutant Town has not really had, or doesn't really have much faith in the turtles anymore, and don't really trust them just due to the Knoll turtles. And I feel like this is, again, it's going to be a really interesting part of the issue, just because we're going to have Jenica trying to get people onto their side, as well as maybe even going up against the Knoll turtles, or at the very least starting the fight here and then leading on to the next issue where we're going to have the big fight. Either way, I feel like this is still going to be one of the most interesting parts about the issue, and could honestly be one of the best fights we ever see, and I do think this more or less does come down to how good the Knoll turtles are. If they are really good characters, then this will be an amazing fight, but I do guess this is going to be more of a wait and see type of situation. But with the with the Knoll turtles being in Mutant Town for quite a while, because they're going to be in, I think, because we've got the cover for issue 2 of the Armageddon game, then they're also going to be in the Alliance issue 1 for Cry, we're going to be doing more threats there. I do think that this is going to be a really interesting part of the issue, and see how what type of damages the Knoll turtles are going to be doing. Would it be blowing up shops, or just killing people? I feel like this could be a really interesting part of the issue, and who knows, maybe Jenica could try to get the turtles onto their side, or something like that. Either way, I feel like this is going to be a really interesting issue, and really interesting part of the issue, I should say. And I feel like it could definitely lead open to more unique fights and more unique characters coming into this universe, such as maybe more mutant turtles, other mutants and stuff like that. Either way, this is probably going to be the most interesting part and could definitely lead on to so much more better stuff. Okay, so yeah, now we should probably move on to the actual covers for this issue. Now, so far there's only been 2 covers. We got the cover A by, I can't remember his name actually, so sorry about that. And then we got the cover RI, which is the 110 variant, which I also forgot the artist, so off to a great start. But either way, with the first cover, which the person who's drawn this one has drawn the last few since issue 133, so you should know what you're getting into in terms of the artwork. And again, it looks beautiful, amazing. I'm truly speechless about it. It just looks really cool. And not to mention that we got Donnie and Jenica, no, not Jenica, Angel. I think just the inclusion of Angel has just really got me hyped for this issue. So far, I'm on like an Angel hype train, and I really want to see more of Angel. And this whole cover is really intriguing me, and really want to read it now. So yeah, but either way, this cover looks really cool. It does remind me a lot of one of the earlier issues. I think it was, I want to say it was issue 7, when it was the red circle with the turtles in the middle, something like that. It reminds me a lot of that. Okay, so for the 110 variant, it is a little bit more interesting, and I must admit this artwork does look a lot more unique and interesting, and I would like to see this artist come back. So for this cover, we do have Donnie, Jenica, Angel and Regenta on this branch thing with Utroms in the bottom. Now, I'm not too sure how much this cover is actually going to tie into the comic, as you all know that the 110 variants and all the other variants that are not cover A or cover B are normally something that doesn't have anything to do with the actual story. However, this one does look like it's going to be more to do with the story, and I'm just wondering how much, and could potentially Jenica be helping Regenta. But again, I'm not too sure, just because most of the time these covers are normally just covers that an artist come on and just do a little drawing and that's it. So again, this one may not be actually anything to do with the actual story, but it does look more story focused, and I do love it. And again, it has Angel, so I'm really looking forward to getting this one as well. But yeah, this one does look really cool, and I would definitely love to see the artist come back to do a full issue or more covers. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed this one, and I'm quite interested to hear what you think is going to happen in this issue. Like, do you think that maybe a character could die, such as Angel or Regenta, or what do you think is going to happen with no turtles? Like, what acts of evilness or do you think they're going to be causing in Mutant Town? But yeah, I'm quite interested to hear what you have to say about that. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. If you do listen, please share, like, subscribe and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.